Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to New Jersey. Here we are. We're still out here ploughing away in our freshly planted olives, getting the field taken care of. The sheeps have been fed at the end of the last video. That's okay. I don't have any little ones. Cows are okay for all their stuff. Pigs are okay. Not really a lot to move. Chickens are reasonable. I've got a few eggs piling up. And of course the horses are okay. So yeah, animal-wise we're doing good. I'm not looking at the productions at this moment in time. There'll be time for that later in the year whilst we're waiting for everything to grow. Mower's out doing the mowing. Bit weird that we haven't got oh, we have. We've got a bit of fertilizer coverage. It looks like I do need to go and do that end row though, doesn't it? Got a fair bit piling up outside some of our productions. Yeah, because he stopped there, look. He was meant to do one more row. But he didn't do it. Probably need to do the same down here now on the olives. Make sure I do the end rows. Just in case Balls Play decides not to. Take things after that. Oh. But yeah, I'm definitely liking how everything's sort of progressing at the minute. Doing very nicely for ourselves. Do need to move, I think, did I say chickens? I know I need to take some chickens to the animal butcher place. I think I said last time as well, didn't I, that when I did the, I was going to windrow the grass field. I probably should have saved that course. That would have been quite useful, wouldn't it? Great job. Field position. Start there. I've seemed to have fathomed out the idiosyncrasies of courseplay when it comes to this type of work, and that if you click on the opposite end of the field, the opposite corner of the field to the one you actually want to start on, you get the start point where you actually want to start. So, like, for example, I wanted to start in this bottom left-hand corner, so I placed my marker at the top left corner. And that seems to be how to get this to do what courseplay to do what you want it to do. But that comes from trials and many hours of practice, learning how that all works. And excuse me for yawning there, but I just almost fell asleep. So early. So early in the morning. I didn't have the greatest night of sleep last night as well, because I had the dog keep getting me up because it kept wanting to go outside. And I've noticed over the last few days, or few weeks actually, when I have the dog to look after, that because it wakes me up so regularly throughout the night, I don't get the real deep sleep that people get. You know, when you kind of sleep in these cycles, you go through these different phases of sleep when you're asleep. And I've noticed on my like tracker thing that I don't get the like the real deep sleep, the real restful sleep phase, because I get woken up before that happens typically. But I feel like I'm just starting to get a little bit like now after a few weeks. I know it's a terrible thing to say, but I think once the dogs have passed away and we don't have them anymore, it's going to be so much easier and better for everybody. It wasn't so bad when they were younger, because as young dogs they're okay. They pretty much look after themselves, but now they're getting like, you know, real old age, senile, sort of like they've got like dementia, like the equivalent of like a dementia patient. You know, hearing, you know, it's bad. How's Weeds looking? Them cornery bits. Just the cornery bits on this slopey section. And then we can move over, do the other field, start doing the headland. Say, how cotton is planted for another year. Yeah, can do. When do you want to do that? Yeah, no problem. I've got a phone call appointment thing at 11, so do you want to do it after that? Or do you want to do it, because it's 10 o'clock now, it only gives us an hour. Go now. What's it call it? DWP. Job's done. Right, that field number 1 is done. Let's go crack on. Start on this field, shall we? One all de-weeded. think all my other fields are going to be okay. Because I think all my other fields were ploughed. I like to think they were ploughed. So, for example, all my other fields down here, I'm hoping shouldn't get weeds on them. They shouldn't get weeds because pretty sure I ploughed them because I did all the field merging and combining together and stuff. So yeah, they shouldn't get weeds this year. Also interesting that we haven't got weeds on some parts of this field where I've clearly driven across it with vehicles with tyres of a certain type that have sort of hadn't had an impact, where I've taken shortcuts across the field. That's the only bad thing when you look at it, because you can clearly see I've done like a bit of a circle and come back this way, driven all the way across this field to there. There's like all manner of blue lines on that field. Crazy. Obviously, over the winter, just been taking shortcuts everywhere. It wasn't going to harm the crop because there was no crop. But it's interesting that that affects the weeds. I've managed to do, I've probably done crop destruction on the weeds. Fairly big section here as well, look, where we've driven into the field and unless of course it's when I'm manually driving, of course the AI won't. So if I'm doing this job with this sprayer, obviously I've got big chunky ridiculous tyres on this thing, which are obviously going to damage the weeds if they're in anything other than first growth stage. But obviously when I hand it over to the AI doesn't do crop destruction. So maybe when I've been driving around doing like lime spreading and stuff on the fields, that might have had a bit of a impact. Why I've got all these tyre marks everywhere all over the fields. Done. I might just come back down in a second and do this little strip here down the middle of the field, because it seems very silly for me to leave that bit. And probably let the AI do what he needs to do. But yeah, if I spray this bit, then the AI's not got to try working into this corner, has he? Again, ideally, I would have, in a perfect scenario, perfect world, I would have bought that house, evicted the tenants, and then knocked it down. And then I could have used all that land there as field. I could have made it all field. We're getting the spray done, getting the weeds taken care of. All my other fields are fine. We've had a good first day of March, really, haven't we? We've actually got quite a bit done. Like I say, we got the grapes fixed, we got the olives planted, we've now got the olives mulched. And we're about to have olives fertilised too, I think. So everything will have been fertilised. Obviously I need to fertilise the grapes again once they actually start growing. So yeah, it was interesting what I learned about the fact that it's course play that's got a bug at the minute, which causes the Giants workers to be a bit temperamental at the end of rows and stop working when you're on board with them. Means that once I actually set the helper off and running to do this field, I then need to hop out of the tractor and clear off somewhere else so as not to interfere with the AI, because whilst the AI's on their own, apparently they work just fine. The minute you hop on board, they get a little bit freaked out. A little bit freaked out. For some reason we never picked up stones from this part of the field. Had unlucky that. Maybe we'll do it next year, at the end after the harvest. We'll do like we did this year. We'll chuck in some oil seed. We'll then get it ploughed. We'll get the field ploughed, and then it'll all be good. 40% of our herbicide left. Unfortunately, this guy is going to probably run out on this field, and I will need to refill him at some stage. Just remember, he only takes 7,500 litres, but I do not want to spawn 4 pallets of herbicide. I only need 3. Otherwise, I'll end up with 500 litres left over that I can't do nothing with. A pallet sitting in my object storage sort of right, we'll hand over to you. Let you do what you need to do. You have finished mowing the grass. Excellent. What I shall probably do now is actually come round with the windrower. I know if I'm going to do silage, people would say, just pick it up now, but I actually think we end up with better, less missed bits on the field if I actually remember to pick it up using windrow the field after I've baled, because there's a little bit of a discrepancy between how the balers mowers turn and start and stop and stuff, and obviously how the baler turns and starts and stops. So I think by doing windrowing in the middle, that gives us a little bit of a compromise. Kind of brings the two closer together. I've got field 49 saved, so it's very easy. Although I don't necessarily want to follow that, do I? Thinking about it. I probably want this guy to windrow on his own. How many headlands have I done there? I've done 4. I'll clear that and actually create a new job. $90 degrees. A little bit of an overlap. I'm not sure if he's going to get stuck anywhere. That's the thing. That's the thing you got to watch for. But yeah, starting him off, then the windrower, and then if I have the baler follow the windrow course, so actually what I need to do is save there. Field 49, 12 meter windrow. And then I can load that course into the baler and see if we actually get better pickup. First waypoint, off you go. He should be quite happy. So yeah, first row he's not really doing anything super useful. What I will do is go and grab my slurry from the pigs and the cows as well at this moment. Because then I can always set this guy up to do delivery. Again, he can be running backwards and forwards to the... I also should check my dairies again. Make sure I've got milk in those. Make sure my production chains don't fall down. Full tank load of slurry. Drop that in here. Right, let's go and get this delivered. Then we'll come back, grab some milk. Go off and explore our dairies. Make sure they are super prepared. Like I say, next time round as well, next video probably, have to go grab the chickens that I've got excess of. Go get them in the butchers. Bit of a hole there where I placed that silo. Nurse piling up again. Let's see how much milk we've got. Come on, cows, quote me happy. Start with this one over here as it's actually the closest, and then I'll go down and do the one at the bottom of the map. Guess then that has used all my milk. That's just drank 84,000 litres or 85,000 litres. So if that one's empty, the new one, guessing the one down at the bottom of the map is going to be empty too, and not producing anything again. What I might have to do, I might have to get a little tanker. Okay, that's not so good then. Because I've got 2,500 litres of milk now. I've put it all into that other production. What I'm going to do is start switching some of these over, producing with manure now, some of my other greenhouses. Because we have got plenty. And in fact, they're not even running. Because they're full. That's not good. So we'll get those emptied. We'll sell all that stuff. We've run out of materials. And yeah, our dairy's got 91,000 litres in it. Milk and cheese only. We're not doing the rest. Got no sugar anyway, so we're not doing any chocolate ice cream. I might need to buy some sugar then as well next episode. That might be a thing I need to look at. But for now, I'm going to take these little vehicles back to my farm. I'm going to leave the guy doing the, obviously, the weed spraying. He can carry on into the evening. This has been a... Whoa, okay, we're gonna finish the episode doing donuts, ladies and gents, because I'm getting me lag thing, ladies and gents. We're getting lag. So yeah, this is a perfect time to end the episode. Thank you for watching the videos this week, and thank you for your support as always. I hope you've gone and left your likes on the videos, you've left your comments down below. You'll subscribe to the channel if you're not already, which apparently, according to YouTube, 92% of you aren't subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything. It only takes a second to click that button. Please do so. It really helps me out tremendously. And yeah, I will see you next week with some more Farming Simulator content. But for now, from me, C Waddy, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Cheerio.